Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,000. Mark Zuckerberg drives a $31,000 Volkswagen. Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA and one of the richest men who ever lived, flew economy class until he was in his 80s. These are not struggling people. These are some of the wealthiest humans in recorded history, and they chose to live frugally. Today you are going to find out exactly why and how you can apply the same principles to your own life, regardless of your income level. Welcome to Rich Mind Daily, where we break down the financial habits that actually build wealth versus the ones that only look like they do. Today is part 2 of our Frugal Living series. In part 1 we covered the core principles of intelligent frugality. Today we are going deeper. We are looking at the specific habits that genuinely wealthy people use consistently, and that almost nobody in mainstream financial media ever talks about. These are not obvious tips. Let us get into it. Wealthy people obsess over fixed costs, not daily spending. Most financial advice tells you to cut your daily coffee habit. Wealthy, frugal thinkers laugh at this advice, not because it is wrong but because it misses the point entirely. Saving $5 per day on coffee saves $1,800 per year. Renegotiating your car insurance saves $400 to $800 per year in one phone call. Refinancing a mortgage at a better rate saves $200 to $500 per month forever. The wealthy focus relentlessly on fixed recurring costs because those savings compound automatically every month without any ongoing effort. A one-time negotiation on your phone plan, internet bill, insurance premiums, or subscription services produces savings that repeat indefinitely. Research from Harvard Business School found that high net worth individuals spend disproportionately more time managing large fixed expenses than tracking small variable ones. The $5 coffee is a distraction. Your $1,400 rent, your $400 car payment, and your $280 in forgotten subscriptions are where the real money hides. The cost per use calculation that changes every buying decision. Wealthy frugal thinkers never evaluate a purchase by its price alone, they evaluate it by cost per use. A $300 coat worn 200 times over 5 years cost $1.50 per use. A $60 coat worn 8 times before falling apart costs $7.50 per use. The $300 coat is dramatically cheaper. This mental framework completely rewires how you make purchasing decisions. A $1,200 quality mattress used every night for 10 years costs 33 cents per night. A $300 cheap mattress replaced every 2 years costs 41 cents per night and delivers worse sleep. Quality items used frequently are almost always more frugal than cheap items replaced repeatedly. The cost per use framework also eliminates guilt around spending on high-use items and simultaneously creates strong resistance to impulse purchases of things that will rarely be used. Before any significant purchase, ask how many times will this realistically be used, and divide the price by that number. That single calculation will change your relationship with money permanently. Why wealthy frugal people spend extravagantly on some things. The most misunderstood truth about genuinely frugal wealthy people is that they spend freely and sometimes extravagantly on specific categories. Warren Buffett spends without hesitation on education and books. Jeff Bezos spent lavishly on early Amazon infrastructure. The common thread is that their extravagant spending is always on things that generate returns, compound over time, or produce lasting value. Frugality is not uniform restriction, it is ruthless prioritization. You spend heavily on your highest value categories and cut aggressively everywhere else. The practical application is to identify your top 3 categories of genuine fulfillment: travel, fitness, education, experiences, relationships. Spend freely on those without guilt, then cut everything outside those categories as aggressively as possible. This approach produces higher life satisfaction than equal moderate spending across all categories, because the spending is concentrated where it actually matters to you personally. If you find this information valuable, please subscribe for more value and knowledge and drop us a like. Let's get back to the video. The invisible price of status spending and how it traps people. Status spending is the single most destructive financial behavior in modern society, and almost nobody recognizes it in themselves. Status spending means buying things primarily to signal wealth, success, or social belonging to other people, rather than for genuine personal enjoyment or utility. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people consistently overestimate how much others notice and care about their status purchases. The new car impresses your neighbors for approximately 3 days before it becomes invisible to them. The designer clothing gets noticed once. The expensive holiday generates brief social media engagement. Yet the financial cost of status spending is permanent and compounding. Every dollar spent on status is a dollar not invested. On a $50,000 annual salary, eliminating $500 per month of status-driven spending and investing it instead produces approximately $260,000 over 20 years. The people you are trying to impress will never know what you gave up to impress them. The Frugal Wealth Formula: how ordinary incomes produce extraordinary outcomes. The mathematical reality of frugal wealth building is more powerful than most people ever calculate. Consider two people both earning $50,000 per year. Person A spends $48,000 and saves $2,000. Person B applies frugal principles, reduces fixed costs, eliminates status spending, and uses the cost-per-use framework. Person B spends $38,000 and saves $12,000. Invested at a 7% average annual return over 30 years, Person A accumulates approximately $200,000. Person B accumulates more than $1 million. Same salary, same city, same opportunities. The difference is entirely behavioral. The Frugal Wealth Formula is not complicated. Identify your highest fixed costs and negotiate or reduce them. Apply cost per use thinking to every significant purchase. Spend freely on your top 3 genuine value categories. Eliminate status spending ruthlessly. And invest every dollar saved automatically before you have the chance to spend it. That formula applied consistently over decades is how ordinary people retire wealthy. 5 habits that wealthy frugal thinkers use consistently. Focus on fixed costs, not daily spending. Calculate cost per use before every significant purchase. Spend extravagantly on your highest value categories. Eliminate status spending, and invest every saved dollar automatically. If this video made you look at your spending differently, hit the like button right now. Subscribe to Rich Mind Daily so you do not miss our next video on exactly how to invest those savings for maximum long-term return. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 habits surprised you the most? I read every single comment. See you in the next one.